Refuel and Recharge. Quick self-care routines for busy minds. Written by Ronnie Rowland. Narrated by Roman Cross. Published by Growth Literacy Lounge. Introduction. How often do you feel like you're running on empty, pushing through the day with barely enough energy to keep up? In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of doing more and more while giving less and less to yourself. You've got responsibilities at work, commitments at home, a never-ending to-do list, and self-care. That's something you'll get to when there's time. But let's be honest, there's never enough time. You're not alone in this struggle. For many of us, life is a constant juggling act, and it feels like there's always something that demands our attention. Yet, in the midst of this hustle, something vital gets left behind: our own well-being. We know we need to take care of ourselves, but finding the time and energy to do so can feel like an impossible task. This book is not about long, drawn-out wellness rituals that require hours of your day. It's about simple, practical self-care routines that fit seamlessly into the busiest of schedules, routines that can help you restore your energy, clear your mind, and build resilience without adding more stress to your plate. There's a common misconception that self-care is a luxury, something reserved for those with extra time and fewer responsibilities. But the truth is, self-care is the foundation of your ability to thrive in every other area of your life. When you're physically, mentally, and emotionally depleted, you can't give your best at work, you can't be fully present with your family, and your own happiness and sense of fulfillment start to slip away. In reality, self-care is not a nice-to-have, it's a must-have. But here's the good news: self-care doesn't have to be complicated, and it doesn't have to take up hours of your day. It's about making intentional, small changes that fit into the flow of your daily life. This book will show you how to do exactly that. This book is for anyone who feels overwhelmed by the demands of modern life, whether you're a busy professional, a parent balancing endless responsibilities, or simply someone who finds it hard to carve out time for yourself. If you're tired of feeling drained, distracted, and stressed, this book will guide you through easy-to-implement self-care strategies that can help you feel more grounded and energized, no matter how busy you are. Each chapter is designed to give you practical tools and insights that you can start using immediately. You'll find that even the smallest changes can lead to big improvements in how you feel, think, and navigate your day. It's time to stop accepting exhaustion as your baseline. It's time to refuel and recharge so you can show up fully for the things that matter most to you: your work, your family, your passions, and, most importantly, yourself. We've noticed that 67% of you watching our videos haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Help us grow by hitting the subscribe button and giving this video a thumbs up. Thank you for inspiring us to keep creating content for you. We would love to hear your thoughts. How did this book resonate with you? And what insights or questions did it inspire? Let's get started. Chapter 1. The Power of Pause. I just need a minute. How often have you said these words, but then rushed through the day without actually taking that minute? In a world that praises productivity and staying on, finding time to pause can feel impossible, especially when our minds are racing with deadlines, responsibilities, and the constant pressure to do more. But here's the truth: you need that minute. And it's not just a luxury, it's a necessity. The hidden costs of never stopping. Let's start with an honest look at the costs of never stopping. If you're like many people, your mind is always juggling tasks from personal to professional, with little room for rest. You wake up and dive into emails, race through meetings, and squeeze in personal errands in between. By the time evening rolls around, your brain feels like it's running on fumes, but still, you push through. Eventually, this leads to burnout, the dreaded state of exhaustion where your productivity declines, stress spikes, and joy in your daily tasks disappears. Research shows that constant busyness doesn't just affect your mood, it impacts your physical health. Studies have found that chronic stress can lead to sleep problems, weakened immunity, and even cardiovascular issues. The brain, much like your body, requires rest to function at its best. Now, that might sound grim, but the good news is there's a simple, effective solution: pausing. Why busy minds need to slow down. You might think that you don't have time to slow down. With all the things on your plate, how could you possibly afford to take a break? The reality is that when you make time to pause, even briefly, your productivity and mental clarity increase. It's counterintuitive, but by stepping away, you allow your brain the space it needs to recharge. Imagine your mind as a car running low on fuel. Sure, you can keep driving, but eventually you're going to stall. Pausing allows you to refuel so that you can keep going without breaking down. Here's a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing pauses as interruptions in your day, what if you saw them as essential to your success? Taking care of your mental health isn't a weakness, it's a strength. Pausing is an act of resilience. The science behind pausing. When you take intentional breaks, especially during high-stress periods, your brain switches into a mode called default mode network. This is the part of your brain responsible for reflection, creativity, and problem-solving. So, that ha-ha moment you get while taking a walk or stepping away from your desk, that's your brain recharging, connecting dots, and processing information in ways it can't when you're constantly on. In practical terms, incorporating pauses throughout your day, whether that's a 2-minute deep breathing exercise or a brief walk outside, gives your brain the refresh it needs to continue performing well. Let's start small. Right now, as you're reading this, take a moment to pause. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and exhale slowly. Let your shoulders drop and feel any tension in your body ease just a bit. This is a pause. Simple, right? Now imagine how something this quick can reset your mind throughout a busy day. Try setting a timer to pause 3 times today. It doesn't have to be long, just 1 to 2 minutes where you step away from your tasks, breathe deeply, and allow your mind to rest. Notice how you feel afterward. As we move through the book, we'll explore different ways to incorporate these small but mighty pauses into your routine. You don't need an hour at the spa, although that's great if you can. You just need consistent moments of intentional rest. It's about creating pockets of calm in a chaotic world. As you begin to embrace the power of pause, you'll find that your mind feels clearer, your energy more sustained, and your capacity to handle the demands of life vastly improved. The hustle won't disappear, but you'll be better equipped to handle it without losing yourself in the process. Chapter 2. Redefining self-care. I don't have time for self-care. How often have you heard or even said this? When life is busy, self-care can feel like a distant luxury, something to fit in if there's time, which there rarely is. Between work, family responsibilities, and the endless to-do lists, self-care gets pushed to the bottom. But here's the reality. Self-care is not a luxury, it's essential, and it might just be the key to keeping everything else in your life running smoothly. This chapter is about redefining what self-care really means and helping you see how integrating it into your daily routine can not only prevent burnout but also boost productivity, focus, and long-term success. Breaking the myths around self-care. When you hear self-care, what comes to mind? Is it bubble baths, massages, or a weekend retreat at a spa? While those things can certainly be forms of self-care, the concept has become heavily commercialized. Somewhere along the way, we've turned self-care into something we buy or save for special occasions. Real self-care isn't about expensive products or elaborate routines. It's about taking intentional steps to care for your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. Self-care is the foundation that allows you to keep functioning at your best, especially when life gets hectic. Let's redefine self-care. It's any action that refuels your energy and restores your balance. It doesn't have to be extravagant, and it doesn't have to take hours. In fact, the best self-care routines fit seamlessly into your busy life, helping you manage stress and stay centered in the midst of your daily chaos. The new face of self-care: practical, intentional, and small. Here's the truth. Self-care doesn't always feel glamorous. It's not just bubble baths and candles, although, if that works for you, go for it. Sometimes self-care is as simple as saying no to extra commitments, getting enough sleep, or setting aside 5 minutes to sit in silence and collect your thoughts. The best kind of self-care is practical. It's about meeting your real needs, whether that's taking a break, having a healthy snack, or doing something that brings you joy, even for a few minutes. Self-care is about recognizing that you deserve to take care of yourself, even in the midst of a busy schedule. It's about shifting from a mindset of guilt or indulgence to one of necessity and empowerment. When you take care of yourself, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Let's talk about what self-care can look like for someone with a busy life. If you're constantly juggling responsibilities, you probably don't have time to schedule an hour of yoga or a long meditation session every day, and that's okay. Self-care for a busy mind is about fitting small, intentional actions into your day that give you space to breathe and reset. Here are a few ideas for quick, effective self-care that you can integrate into your daily routine. 2-minute breathing breaks. Set a timer on your phone for a 2-minute breathing exercise between meetings or tasks. Simply inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. Repeat. You'll be amazed at how much clearer your mind feels afterward. Overcommitting is one of the quickest ways to burn out. Practice the art of saying no to things that don't serve your priorities or well-being. It's a form of self-care that allows you to protect your energy. Spend 10 minutes away from all screens. This simple action can reduce eye strain, improve focus, and give your brain a break from the constant flow of information. Something as basic as drinking a glass of water or eating a nutrient-rich snack can drastically improve your energy and mood throughout the day. Think of hydration as fuel for your brain. Move for 5 minutes. Whether it's stretching, a quick walk, or some light movement at your desk, getting your blood flowing can help reset your focus and give you a burst of energy. Here's the paradox that busy people often face. The more you try to do, the more burned out you become. And the more burned out you become, the less you can accomplish. It's a vicious cycle, one that leaves you feeling like you're spinning your wheels but not really moving forward. What if I told you that self-care is the antidote to this paradox? By taking time to pause, reset, and take care of yourself, you actually become more productive. You think more clearly, make better decisions, and can sustain your focus for longer periods. It might seem counterintuitive, but the science backs it up. Studies have shown that when we take short breaks throughout the day, we improve our ability to concentrate and avoid mental fatigue. These breaks allow our brains to recharge, much like a phone needs a charge to function at full capacity. If you want to be your most productive self, you must incorporate moments of rest and self-care into your routine. Now that we've redefined self-care, let's make it personal. Take a moment to think about what small, simple actions you could incorporate into your daily routine. Maybe it's setting a boundary, drinking more water, or giving yourself permission to rest without guilt. Whatever it is, choose one thing you can start doing today to take better care of yourself. Write down one small self-care practice you'll commit to each day this week. It could be as simple as taking a 5-minute walk or stepping away from your desk to stretch. The key is to start small and build the habit over time. As you move forward, remember this. Self-care is not selfish. Taking care of yourself allows you to show up fully in all areas of your life. It makes you more present, more focused, and more capable of handling whatever comes your way. Don't wait until burnout forces you to rest. Make self-care a priority today. This isn't about finding more time, it's about using the time you already have to invest in yourself. Small steps lead to big changes, and your well-being is worth the investment. Chapter 3. The Mind-Body Connection. Have you ever noticed that when you're mentally exhausted, your body feels tired too? Or when you've had a rough day, you crave comfort food, skip the gym, or find it harder to sleep? This isn't a coincidence. Your mind and body are deeply connected, and the health of one directly affects the other. In today's fast-paced world, we often think of mental health and physical health as two separate things. We focus on them in isolation, hitting the gym to get fit, or meditating to feel calm. But in reality, they work together like two sides of the same coin. Understanding and nurturing this connection is essential for building a self-care routine that works, especially for busy minds. Let's start with stress. We all know what it feels like mentally, racing thoughts, worry, that overwhelming sense of too much to do and not enough time. But have you ever stopped to think about how stress shows up in your body? When you're under stress, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, preparing you for a fight-or-flight response. In small doses, this can be helpful. It's your body's way of responding to threats. But when stress becomes chronic, your body stays in this heightened state. This can lead to a whole host of physical symptoms, including headaches, muscle tension, digestive issues, and fatigue. Think of your body as a mirror of your mind. When your mind is overwhelmed, your body reflects it. By addressing one, you begin to heal the other. Taking care of your physical health is not just about looking or feeling good, it's about resetting your mind and reclaiming your mental energy. Now that we understand how stress affects the body, let's talk about how physical self-care can support mental clarity. This is where the mind-body connection shines. Small actions you take to care for your body have immediate, positive effects on your mind. Here are a few key physical practices that benefit your mental well-being. 1. Sleep. When life gets busy, sleep is often the first thing to go. But skipping sleep is one of the fastest ways to exhaust your mind. Your brain needs sleep to process information, consolidate memories, and clear out toxins. Without enough sleep, your mind becomes foggy, your mood tanks, and stress levels skyrocket. Aim for at least 7 hours of sleep per night. If you struggle to fall asleep, establish a calming evening routine, dim the lights, avoid screens, and create a quiet, restful environment. This will help signal to your brain that it's time to unwind. 2. Exercise isn't just about fitness, it's a powerful tool for mental health. When you move your body, you increase blood flow to your brain, releasing feel-good chemicals like endorphins that help reduce stress and improve your mood. You don't need to commit to an intense workout routine. Even a 10-minute walk can refresh your mind and reset your focus. Build small bursts of movement into your day. This could be stretching at your desk, a short walk during lunch, or a quick exercise session before you start your day. The goal is to get your blood flowing, which will clear mental fog and increase energy levels. 3. Nutrition. What you eat plays a significant role in how you feel. When you fuel your body with nutrient-dense foods, like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, your brain functions better. On the flip side, high-sugar, processed foods can cause energy crashes, brain fog, and mood swings. Start by making small changes to your diet. Instead of reaching for a sugary snack during a busy day, opt for something that will sustain your energy, like a handful of nuts, a piece of fruit, or yogurt. These small changes can have a big impact on your focus and mood. We live in a culture that glorifies hustle. But here's the reality: your body needs rest. Pushing through exhaustion might seem productive in the short term, but it ultimately leads to burnout. Rest isn't just about sleeping, it's about giving yourself permission to slow down, take breaks, and let your mind and body recover. Research shows that regular rest, whether it's through sleep, relaxation techniques, or physical recovery, improves both mental clarity and emotional resilience. Athletes know this well. Recovery is a key part of any training regimen. Without it, you risk injury and fatigue. The same applies to your mind. Regular mental rest improves your ability to focus, handle stress, and bounce back from setbacks. Rest is not weakness. It's the foundation for sustainable success. When you allow yourself to rest, you're not being lazy, you're recharging, preparing yourself to handle whatever life throws your way with more clarity and resilience. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the idea of taking better care of your body. But remember, you don't have to overhaul your entire routine. Start small. Pick one area, whether it's improving your sleep, moving more, or making a healthier food choice, and commit to making a tiny shift. This week, choose one physical self-care practice to focus on. It could be as simple as going to bed 15 minutes earlier, taking a walk after lunch, or swapping a sugary snack for a healthier option. Small, consistent actions build lasting habits. As you begin to incorporate more physical self-care into your routine, you'll start to notice something: the clearer and stronger your body feels, the clearer and calmer your mind becomes. This is the power of the mind-body connection. By taking care of both, you create a positive cycle, one that supports your energy, your focus, and your overall well-being. The journey to reclaiming mental clarity and emotional balance doesn't require drastic changes. It starts with small, intentional actions that honor both your mind and your body. And over time, these actions add up to something transformative. Chapter 4. Quick recharge techniques for busy days. You've been working non-stop, racing from one task to the next, and the day is only halfway over. Your brain feels like it's been running on overdrive, and you just don't have the mental energy to keep going. Sound familiar? When you're in the middle of a busy day, it can feel impossible to step away or take a break. But here's the secret: taking a short pause isn't a waste of time. It's one of the most effective ways to refuel your mind and stay sharp for the rest of the day. In fact, just a few minutes can make a huge difference in your focus, energy, and productivity. Why short breaks matter. In the hustle of a busy day, it's tempting to just keep pushing through, thinking you'll get more done if you power on without stopping. But the truth is, your brain has a limit. If you don't take time to recharge, your productivity starts to decline, your focus slips, and simple tasks feel harder than they should. Studies show that our brains can only focus for a limited amount of time before they start to lose efficiency. This is called cognitive fatigue. Short breaks, just 5 to 10 minutes, can help reset your brain, boosting focus and creativity. It's like rebooting a computer that's been running too many programs at once. When you take a break, you clear the mental clutter, allowing your brain to function at its best again. So how do you recharge without falling behind on your to-do list? By incorporating short, intentional pauses into your day. The art of micro breaks. Micro breaks are short, intentional pauses that can last anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes. They don't take up a lot of time, but they offer big returns in terms of mental clarity and energy. Think of them as mental resets that allow you to maintain your focus and avoid burnout throughout the day. Here are a few quick recharge techniques you can try today. 1. The 2-minute breath reset. One of the fastest and most effective ways to reset your mind is through controlled breathing. Deep breathing sends signals to your nervous system that it's time to calm down, reducing stress and helping you refocus. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Close your eyes, inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 4. Repeat for the full 2 minutes. By the end, you'll feel more centered and your mind will be clearer. 2. Move your body. Physical movement is a great way to quickly recharge your brain. Movement increases blood flow, delivering more oxygen to your brain, which helps reduce fatigue and improve concentration. Stand up and stretch, or take a brisk walk around your office or home. Even 2 to 5 minutes of light movement can make a difference. Try incorporating short bursts of movement into your day, especially during moments when you feel your focus slipping. 3. Mindful disconnect. In today's digital world, we're constantly bombarded by screens, emails, and notifications. All this information overload can lead to mental exhaustion. Taking a few moments to disconnect can help recharge your mind. Step away from your screen for 3 to 5 minutes. If you can, go outside and get some fresh air. Focus on your surroundings, the sounds, smells, and sights around you. This brief moment of mindfulness will help reset your brain and reduce digital fatigue. If you're looking for a structured way to manage your focus and energy throughout the day, the Pomodoro technique is a simple yet powerful method. Here's how it works. Work for 25 minutes of Pomodoro without interruption. After 25 minutes, take a short 5-minute break to recharge. After 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break, 15 to 30 minutes. This cycle of focused work and short breaks helps prevent burnout while maintaining high levels of concentration. It's an excellent way to manage long tasks without feeling overwhelmed. The Pomodoro technique leverages the brain's natural focus rest cycle, helping you maintain productivity for longer periods. By breaking your work into manageable chunks, you avoid the cognitive fatigue that comes from pushing too hard for too long. Transforming your workday with intentional pauses. It's easy to see breaks as something you'll do after you've completed all your tasks, but the key is to integrate them into your day, not as an afterthought. When you build intentional pauses into your routine, you're actually boosting your capacity to get things done without running on empty. Shifting your mindset about breaks is essential. Instead of seeing them as lost time, start viewing them as necessary fuel for your mind. A short, intentional pause gives you more energy and clarity, allowing you to be more effective throughout the day. It's not about taking time away from your work. It's about optimizing the time you spend working. Now it's time to put this into practice. Let's design a micro-break routine that works for you. The key is consistency. Start small and build these habits into your day, so they become second nature. 1. Choose a trigger. Pick a few moments in your day where you'll take a micro-break. This could be after completing a specific task, during a natural lull, or every time the hour strikes. 2. Start small. You don't need to take long breaks right away. Start with 1 to 2 minutes and gradually build up to 5 minutes. 3. Track your energy. Pay attention to how you feel before and after each micro break. Over time, you'll notice that these brief pauses help you stay sharper and more focused throughout the day. Micro breaks may seem insignificant, but their impact is anything but. When you integrate short, mindful pauses into your day, you'll start to notice real changes in your mental clarity, energy, and productivity. You'll feel less drained and more capable of handling the challenges of a busy day. The beauty of these quick recharge techniques is that they don't require a lot of time or effort. Whether it's a breathing exercise, a quick stretch, or a mindful moment away from your screen, these small actions can have a big impact on your ability to thrive in a fast-paced world. Chapter 5. Building your morning routine. We all know the feeling. Your alarm goes off, and before you even sit up in bed, your mind is already racing through the day's to-do list. You might hit snooze a couple of times, scroll through emails or social media, and then rush into the day, feeling behind before you've even begun. What if you could reclaim your mornings and start the day with a sense of calm, focus, and intention? A well-crafted morning routine can set the tone for your entire day. When you take control of the first moments of your day, you set yourself up for greater mental clarity, productivity, and well-being. This chapter will show you how to build a morning routine that fits into your busy life while giving you the foundation you need to thrive. The power of a morning ritual. Mornings are powerful. They offer a blank slate, a chance to reset your mind and body before the demands of the day start piling up. The way you spend your first waking moments can influence your mood, focus, and energy levels for the rest of the day. Research shows that starting the day with a structured routine can improve focus, reduce stress, and enhance overall productivity. Morning rituals give you a sense of control and accomplishment right at the start, boosting your confidence and reducing decision fatigue throughout the day. The key isn't necessarily about waking up at 5 a.m. or following a rigid regimen. It's about creating a routine that aligns with your life and allows you to start the day feeling energized and clear-headed. There's no one-size-fits-all morning routine. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's okay. The goal is to create a set of habits that help you feel centered and prepared for the day ahead, whether that's a 5-minute meditation, a quick stretch, or enjoying a quiet cup of coffee before the house wakes up. Here are a few elements you can experiment with to build your own ideal morning routine. 1. Mindful moments. The way you start your morning mentally can set the tone for the entire day. Incorporating mindfulness into your morning helps you focus on the present and calm any anxieties about the day ahead. Start with a simple breathing exercise. When you wake up, before checking your phone or getting out of bed, take a few deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. This small pause will help center your mind before the rush of the day begins. 2. Movement. Moving your body in the morning is one of the best ways to wake up your brain and boost your energy levels. You don't need to do a full workout. Just a few minutes of stretching, yoga, or light exercise can get your blood flowing and set a positive tone for the day. If you have just 5 minutes, try a few simple stretches or yoga poses. Focus on releasing tension in your neck, shoulders, and back areas where stress often builds up. This quick movement will help wake up your body and clear your mind. 3. Hydration. After hours of sleep, your body is naturally dehydrated. Starting your day with a glass of water not only wakes up your body but also refreshes your mind. Keep a glass of water by your bed and drink it first thing in the morning. You'll notice that this simple act helps you feel more awake and energized. 4. Setting intentions. Many of us jump into the day without a clear sense of direction. By taking a moment to set an intention or goal for the day, you give yourself a focus point that can guide you through distractions and stress. After your morning breath work or stretching, take a minute to ask yourself, what's the most important thing I need to accomplish today? Write it down or simply hold it in your mind. This small act of clarity will help you prioritize your time and energy throughout the day. Have you ever noticed how mentally exhausted you feel by the afternoon, even if your workday wasn't particularly intense? This is often a result of decision fatigue. Throughout the day, you make countless decisions: what to wear, what to eat, what tasks to tackle first, and each one drains a bit of your mental energy. Research shows that our brains can only handle a limited number of decisions each day before we experience decision fatigue. A morning routine helps reduce the number of decisions you need to make first thing in the day, freeing up mental energy for more important tasks later. By automating certain parts of your morning, what you eat, what you wear, how you spend the first few minutes, you preserve your brain power for the decisions that really matter. The less mental clutter you face in the morning, the more focused you'll be as the day progresses. One of the biggest misconceptions about morning routines is that they have to be perfect to be effective. If you wake up late or skip a step, it's easy to feel like you failed and write off the rest of the day. But the truth is, there's no such thing as a perfect routine, especially for busy minds. Instead of striving for perfection, aim for consistency. Your routine doesn't have to be elaborate or rigid to be impactful. Even small, intentional actions can make a difference in how you start your day. The key is to make those actions a habit, so that even on chaotic mornings you have something to ground you. Designing your ideal morning routine. Now it's time to design a morning routine that fits your life. It doesn't need to be complicated or time-consuming. Start with just one or two elements from the list above and experiment with what works best for you. Actionable tip. 1. Choose 2 practices like mindful breathing and stretching to incorporate into your morning. These should be things that feel realistic for your schedule and energy levels. 2. Commit to practicing these 2 elements every morning for 1 week. At the end of the week, reflect on how you feel. 3. Once you've established a routine that works, you can add more elements, such as journaling or setting intentions, to deepen your morning practice. The power of a grounded start. By taking control of your mornings, you're not just starting your day, you're setting the tone for how you approach everything that follows. A grounded morning routine helps you step into the day with more clarity, focus, and calm, even when life feels chaotic. Remember, this is your routine. It doesn't have to look like anyone else's, and it doesn't have to be perfect. The key is to create a morning ritual that aligns with your needs and gives you the mental and physical foundation to thrive in a busy world. Chapter 6. Energy-boosting midday resets. It's the middle of the day, and you're feeling that familiar slump. Your energy is fading, your focus is slipping, and no matter how hard you try, your brain just isn't as sharp as it was in the morning. It's tempting to power through, maybe with another cup of coffee or a sugary snack to keep going. But what if you could reset your energy and focus in just a few minutes, without relying on caffeine or sugar? Midday resets are short, intentional pauses that help you recharge both mentally and physically. They're a way to refresh your brain, reduce stress, and keep your productivity high throughout the rest of the day. In this chapter, we'll explore quick, simple strategies to help you stay energized and focused, even on the busiest days. By the time midday rolls around, most people start to feel a dip in their energy. This isn't just in your head, it's a natural part of your body's daily rhythm. The body's circadian rhythm, which regulates sleep and wake cycles, includes a natural dip in energy during the early afternoon. Combine this with the mental fatigue from a morning of focused work, and it's no wonder that staying sharp in the afternoon can feel like an uphill battle. Mental fatigue occurs after long periods of concentration or stress, and it reduces your ability to focus, make decisions, and manage your emotions. The brain uses up glucose sugar for energy, and after hours of working or problem solving, your brain's fuel starts to run low. This is why you often crave quick energy fixes like coffee or sugary snacks in the afternoon. But there's a better way to handle the midday slump. By giving your brain the break it needs to recharge, you can restore your energy without relying on stimulants or quick fixes. A midday reset is a short, intentional break designed to recharge your brain and body. Unlike powering through the slump, which can leave you feeling drained and irritable, taking a few minutes to reset can restore your focus, improve your mood, and boost your productivity for the rest of the day. These resets don't have to be long or complicated. The key is to step away from your tasks for just a few minutes, allowing your brain to recharge. Think of it like rebooting a computer when it starts to slow down. A short reset can clear the mental clutter and give you the energy you need to finish your day strong. Here are a few effective ways to recharge your energy and focus in just a few minutes. 1. Breathing break. Sometimes, all you need is a few deep breaths to reset your mind and body. Deep breathing increases oxygen flow to the brain, helping you feel more alert and reducing stress. It also activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which calms your body and mind. Take a 3-minute breathing break. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for 4. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 4. Repeat for 3 minutes. You'll feel more centered and focused by the end. 2. Stretch and move. Sitting for long periods of time can make you feel stiff and sluggish. A quick stretch or a short walk can increase circulation, ease tension in your muscles, and give you a mental break. Physical movement helps refresh your brain, making it easier to refocus when you return to your tasks. Stand up and stretch, focusing on areas that tend to hold tension, like your neck, shoulders, and back. If you can, take a short walk, even if it's just around the office or your home. Moving your body even briefly can make a big difference in how you feel. 3. Hydration boost. Dehydration can contribute to fatigue, brain fog, and irritability. When you're busy, it's easy to forget to drink water, but staying hydrated is key to maintaining energy and focus. Take a moment to drink a glass of water. If you haven't had much water today, this quick action can help wake up your brain and refresh your body. Make it a habit to keep water nearby and take sips throughout the day. 4. 5-minute mindful disconnect. When your brain is overloaded with information, taking a mental break can help clear the fog and reset your focus. Stepping away from screens and distractions, even for just 5 minutes, can improve your ability to concentrate and reduce stress. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and take 5 minutes to focus on your breath or your surroundings. This could be a mini meditation or simply a moment to disconnect from the digital world. When you return to your work, you'll feel more refreshed and focused. The role of nutrition in energy management. What you eat plays a crucial role in how you feel throughout the day. While it's tempting to grab a quick snack high in sugar or caffeine to power through the afternoon, these choices can lead to energy crashes later. Instead, focusing on nutrient-dense snacks can help maintain stable energy levels and prevent the dreaded afternoon crash. Foods rich in protein, healthy fats, and fiber provide sustained energy without the spike and crash caused by sugar and caffeine. These nutrients help maintain stable blood sugar levels, keeping your energy and focus consistent throughout the day. Smart snack ideas for midday energy. 1. Nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds are great sources of healthy fats and protein. They're easy to snack on and provide long-lasting energy. 2. Fresh fruit with nut butter. Apples or bananas paired with almond or peanut butter make for a satisfying snack that combines natural sugars with protein and fats for balanced energy. 3. Greek yogurt with berries. This snack is rich in protein, fiber, and antioxidants, helping you stay full and focused without the crash. 4. Veggies and hummus. Carrot sticks, cucumbers, or bell peppers dipped in hummus offer a refreshing, nutrient-dense snack that's high in fiber and healthy fats. Creating your midday reset routine. Now that you know how to recharge your energy and focus, it's time to build your own midday reset routine. The goal is to incorporate 1 or 2 quick resets into your day to keep your brain sharp and your body energized. Actionable tip. 1. Pick 2 techniques from the list above, such as breathing breaks and a stretch, and schedule them into your day. You might decide to take a reset break after lunch or during a natural lull in your work. 2. Plan ahead by having a nutrient-dense snack on hand for the afternoon. This will help prevent reaching for sugary options when the slump hits. 3. Pay attention to how you feel after your reset breaks. Are you more focused? Less stressed? Use this feedback to adjust your routine and find what works best for you. Consistent resets for sustainable energy. Midday resets are small but powerful tools for maintaining your energy and productivity throughout the day. By integrating short pauses into your routine, you can recharge your brain, reduce stress, and avoid the afternoon slump. Remember, these breaks don't have to be long or complicated. The key is consistency. As you move forward, experiment with different reset techniques and snacks until you find the perfect combination that helps you stay energized and focused. These small actions, when practiced regularly, will make a big difference in your ability to thrive, even on the busiest days. Chapter 7. Evening Wind-Down Strategies for Restorative Sleep. Picture this. It's late evening. You're physically tired but mentally wired. You've spent the day juggling tasks and responsibilities, and now your mind is racing, replaying conversations or planning tomorrow's agenda. You know you need to sleep, but your body and brain just can't seem to switch off. Sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. For busy minds, winding down in the evening can be one of the most challenging parts of the day. But without proper rest, the next day often feels like a struggle from the start. This chapter is all about crafting an evening routine that helps you transition smoothly from the stress of the day into restful sleep. By creating intentional wind-down habits, you'll set the stage for a better night's sleep and a clearer, more focused mind in the morning. Sleep is essential for both your physical and mental health. During sleep, your brain processes the events of the day, consolidates memories, and flushes out toxins that build up during periods of wakefulness. Without sufficient sleep, your brain doesn't get the chance to fully recover, leading to cognitive fog, irritability, and decreased productivity. Studies show that adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night to function at their best. Sleep deprivation has been linked to a host of negative outcomes, including impaired decision-making, weakened immunity, and increased stress. A proper wind-down routine helps prepare your mind and body for sleep, allowing for deeper, more restorative rest. Why winding down matters. For many of us, the time right before bed is spent staring at screens, checking emails, scrolling through social media, or watching TV. While these activities might seem like an easy way to relax, they actually stimulate your brain and make it harder to fall asleep. Blue light emitted from screens disrupts the production of melatonin, a hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. When melatonin levels are low, it's harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. A wind-down routine that minimizes screen time and incorporates calming activities can help reset your circadian rhythm and promote more restful sleep. An effective evening wind-down routine doesn't need to be complicated or time-consuming. The goal is to create a sequence of activities that gradually signal to your body and mind that it's time to relax and prepare for sleep. Here are a few key practices to consider. 1. Digital detox. One of the most effective ways to improve your sleep is to limit screen time in the hour leading up to bedtime. This gives your brain a chance to wind down naturally without the stimulation of blue light. Try implementing a no-screens rule for at least 30 minutes before bed. Use this time to engage in calming activities like reading a book, journaling, or practicing relaxation exercises. 2. Gentle movement. Light movement in the evening, such as yoga or stretching, can help relieve tension in your body and calm your mind. Unlike vigorous exercise, which can energize you, gentle movement promotes relaxation and prepares your body for rest. Spend 5 to 10 minutes doing gentle stretches or a short yoga routine focused on releasing tension in your neck, shoulders, and back. This helps reduce the physical stress that builds up throughout the day. 3. Deep breathing and mindfulness meditation are powerful tools for calming a busy mind. These practices help activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which signals to your body that it's time to relax. Before bed, take a few minutes to practice deep breathing. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 4. If you're feeling particularly stressed, try a short mindfulness meditation, focusing on your breath or a calming word or phrase. 4. Creating a sleep-friendly environment is one of the most effective ways to improve the quality of your rest. Simple adjustments like dimming the lights, setting a comfortable room temperature, and transforming your bedroom into a calming space can signal to your brain that it's time to unwind. Try lowering the lights in your home about an hour before bed to help your mind and body transition into relaxation mode. Setting the thermostat to a cool temperature, ideally between 60 to 67 degrees, can also promote deeper sleep. To enhance the calming atmosphere, consider adding soothing elements like white noise or soft, peaceful music, creating the perfect setting for a restful night. 5. If your mind is racing with thoughts or worries as you get into bed, journaling can help. Writing down your thoughts or tasks for the next day allows you to clear mental clutter and release the need to keep track of everything in your head. Keep a journal by your bed and take a few minutes each night to jot down any lingering thoughts, worries, or to-do for the next day. This practice helps create mental space and reduces nighttime rumination. One of the most important aspects of any evening routine is consistency. Your body thrives on routine, and the more regular your wind-down process, the easier it will be for your mind and body to transition into sleep mode. By establishing consistent evening habits, you're training your brain to recognize when it's time to relax and sleep. Over time, this consistency will lead to better sleep quality and a more refreshed mind in the morning. A calming evening routine is a signal to your brain. It's time to let go of the day. Now it's time to build your own evening wind-down routine. Start by choosing one or two practices from the list above and incorporating them into your nightly routine. Actionable tip: 1. Choose 2 activities such as digital detox and gentle stretching that feel doable for you. These should be practices that help you feel relaxed and calm before bed. 2. Commit for 1 week. Try these activities every evening for 1 week. Pay attention to how they make you feel and how they affect your sleep quality. 3. As you start to experience the benefits of these practices, aim to build consistency by turning them into nightly habits. Over time, you can add more elements to your routine to enhance your sleep further. A restful night's sleep is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. By creating a calming evening routine, you're not only improving the quality of your sleep, but you're also setting yourself up for greater clarity, focus, and energy in the morning. Remember, your evening routine doesn't have to be perfect. The goal is to create a sequence of small, intentional actions that help you unwind and transition into sleep. These habits, practiced consistently, will allow you to wake up feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the day ahead. Chapter 8. Decluttering the mind. Imagine walking into a cluttered room, papers piled on every surface, objects scattered everywhere, and no clear path to navigate. That's how mental clutter can feel, a constant buzz of unfinished tasks, unresolved thoughts, and distractions that leave your mind feeling overwhelmed and scattered. It's as if your brain is trying to juggle too much at once, and as a result, you can't focus or find mental clarity. The truth is, just like a physical space, your mind needs to be tidied up regularly to function at its best. Mental clutter not only drains your energy but also reduces your ability to think clearly and make decisions. In this chapter, we'll explore how to identify mental clutter, understand its impact, and use simple strategies to declutter your mind so you can experience greater focus, calm, and mental clarity. What is mental clutter? Mental clutter is the constant stream of unprocessed thoughts, worries, and distractions that take up valuable space in your mind. It can come from a variety of sources: unfinished tasks, lingering worries, too much information, or an overpacked schedule. When your mind is cluttered, you find it hard to concentrate, solve problems, or feel at peace. Research on cognitive load shows that your brain has a limited capacity to process information. When you overload it with too many thoughts, tasks, or decisions, it leads to mental fatigue and reduced cognitive performance. This mental clutter can result in feelings of overwhelm, anxiety, and even burnout. If your mind feels constantly overwhelmed, it's no wonder that you struggle to stay focused or find time for self-care. Mental clutter makes even simple tasks feel more complicated, and it heightens stress because you're always jumping from one thought to the next without resolution. For those with busy minds like you, mental clutter can have a significant impact on productivity, emotional well-being, and decision-making. Over time, it can drain your energy and leave you feeling stuck, anxious, or unable to fully engage with the present moment. Decluttering your mind doesn't mean you have to eliminate every thought or responsibility. It's about learning to manage and prioritize your mental load so you can create space for focus, calm, and creativity. By doing so, you'll free up the mental energy needed to tackle your day with greater clarity. Before you can start decluttering, it's important to recognize when your mind is cluttered. Here are some common signs: racing thoughts. You're constantly thinking about what's next or what you need to do, making it hard to focus on one thing. Inability to relax. Even when you have time to rest, your mind feels restless or distracted. Difficulty making decisions. You feel overwhelmed by choices, even simple ones, and find it hard to make decisions. You struggle to concentrate on tasks, and your attention is easily pulled in different directions, feeling mentally exhausted. Your brain feels tired or foggy, even if you've had enough sleep. If any of these sound familiar, it's a sign that your mind could benefit from some decluttering. Strategies for decluttering your mind. Now that you understand what mental clutter is and how it affects you, let's dive into simple strategies to help clear your mind and create space for greater focus and clarity. 1. Get it all out. One of the quickest ways to declutter your mind is through a brain dump, a process of getting everything out of your head and onto paper. Often we carry around thoughts, tasks, and worries in our minds without realizing how much they're weighing us down. Writing them down allows you to clear mental space and gain perspective. Grab a notebook or open a document on your device and list everything on your mind: tasks, ideas, concerns, to-dos, and even random thoughts. Once it's all on paper, you can organize, prioritize, and decide what to tackle first. This simple exercise can instantly reduce mental clutter. 2. Mental clutter often comes from trying to juggle too many things at once. Instead of spreading your focus thin, prioritize just a few key tasks each day. This helps you direct your mental energy toward what's most important, rather than feeling scattered. Each morning, choose your top 3 priorities for the day. Write them down, and commit to focusing on these tasks before anything else. This practice will help you stay focused, reduce overwhelm, and create a sense of accomplishment by the end of the day. 3. Set boundaries to protect your mental space. It's easy to let external demands and distractions clutter your mind. Whether it's responding to emails as they come in, answering every phone call, or saying yes to every request, these interruptions can take a toll on your mental clarity. Setting boundaries helps protect your mental space and allows you to be more intentional with your time and energy. Establish specific times in your day for checking emails, returning calls, or engaging with social media. Outside of these times, give yourself permission to focus on your priorities without distraction. Additionally, practice saying no when new commitments don't align with your well-being. 4. Limit information overload. We live in an age of information overload. Whether it's from social media, the news, or constant notifications, it's easy for your mind to feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of content vying for your attention. Reducing the flow of unnecessary information helps you reclaim mental space and focus. Take a break from news feeds and social media by scheduling digital detox periods throughout your day. This could mean turning off notifications for certain apps or setting aside specific times to check your phone. You might also unsubscribe from newsletters or emails that no longer serve you. 5. Declutter your physical environment. Your physical environment has a direct impact on your mental clarity. A cluttered workspace or home can contribute to mental clutter, making it harder to focus and stay productive. Tidying up your surroundings can have an immediate calming effect on your mind. Set aside 10 minutes at the end of your day to declutter your workspace or a room in your home. Start small by clearing surfaces, organizing papers, or putting away distractions. Creating a clean, organized space can help clear your mind and boost your productivity. 6. Mindfulness for mental decluttering. Practicing mindfulness is one of the most effective ways to reduce mental clutter. Mindfulness helps you stay present and focused, rather than getting lost in worries about the future or ruminating on the past. By grounding yourself in the present moment, you create mental space for calm and clarity. Try a quick mindfulness exercise when you feel mentally overwhelmed. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and bring your attention to the sensations of your breath. Notice each inhale and exhale. If your mind starts to wander, gently guide it back to your breath. Even a few minutes of mindfulness can help declutter your mind. The power of mental decluttering. Decluttering your mind isn't just about clearing space, it's about making room for what truly matters. When your mind is less cluttered, you can focus on your priorities, be more present with loved ones, and experience a greater sense of calm and peace. Mental decluttering helps you regain control of your thoughts, reduce stress, and create the mental clarity you need to thrive in a busy world. Decluttering is an ongoing process, not a one-time fix. Just as you tidy your home regularly, you need to consistently declutter your mind to maintain focus and well-being. By incorporating these strategies into your routine, you'll develop the mental discipline to handle life's challenges without feeling overwhelmed. Your mental decluttering plan. Now that you have the tools to declutter your mind, it's time to put them into practice. The goal is to create a regular routine that helps you clear mental clutter and maintain focus. Actionable tip. 1. Start with a brain dump. Set aside 10 minutes to write down everything on your mind. Get it all out without judgment. 2. Choose one decluttering strategy. Pick one strategy from the list, such as setting boundaries or limiting information overload, and commit to practicing it for a week. 3. Reflect. After a week, take a moment to reflect on how decluttering your mind has impacted your focus and mental clarity. Adjust your routine as needed and continue incorporating these practices into your daily life. Mental decluttering is the key to creating a more focused, balanced life. By regularly clearing out the noise and distractions that weigh you down, you'll have more mental space to focus on what truly matters. As you move forward, remember that decluttering is an ongoing practice, one that, over time, will help you feel more grounded, centered, and in control of your life. Chapter 9. Creating long-term self-care systems. Self-care isn't a one-time event, and it's not something you do only when things get overwhelming. To truly benefit from self-care, it needs to become a regular part of your life, something you practice consistently to maintain mental clarity, emotional balance, and physical well-being. The challenge, of course, is that life is often unpredictable. It's easy to stick to self-care routines when things are calm, but when work, family, and responsibilities pile up, self-care can quickly slip down the priority list. This chapter is all about creating a self-care system that's flexible, sustainable, and adaptable to the ebbs and flows of your busy life. You'll learn how to build habits that last, how to adjust your self-care routines when life gets hectic, and how to stay consistent without feeling overwhelmed. The power of consistency in self-care. Consistency is the key to lasting self-care. While an occasional break or weekend of relaxation can be helpful, the real benefits come from small, regular actions that support your well-being over time. Think of self-care as the foundation that helps you handle life's demands more effectively. When self-care is a regular part of your routine, you're better equipped to manage stress, maintain focus, and avoid burnout. Research on habit formation shows that consistency is crucial for building habits that stick. It's not about doing a lot all at once, it's about doing small, intentional actions regularly. Studies suggest that it takes an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic. By creating self-care routines that are sustainable and easy to follow, you'll be more likely to maintain them in the long run. Building a self-care system that fits your life. When it comes to creating a self-care system, the key is to make it adaptable. Life changes, schedules shift, and new responsibilities emerge. Your self-care routine needs to be flexible enough to evolve with you. This doesn't mean abandoning self-care when life gets busy. It means adjusting your approach to fit your current needs. Here's how to create a self-care system that works for you. 1. Start small and build gradually. One of the most common mistakes people make when starting a new self-care routine is trying to do too much too soon. It's tempting to overhaul your entire lifestyle all at once. But this approach often leads to burnout or frustration when you can't keep up with the changes. Instead, focus on small, manageable actions that you can build on over time. Start by adding just one self-care activity to your daily routine. This could be as simple as taking a 5-minute break to stretch or spending a few minutes in the morning journaling. Once you've made this a habit, you can gradually add more self-care practices. 2. Identify your non-negotiables. There are certain self-care practices that are essential for your well-being, things that, no matter how busy you are, you can't afford to skip. These are your non-negotiables. By identifying these key practices, you create a baseline for self-care that you can maintain even during your busiest times. Take a moment to think about which self-care practices have the biggest impact on your well-being. Is it getting enough sleep? Taking a daily walk? Drinking enough water? Write down your top 2 to 3 non-negotiables and commit to making them a priority, even when life gets hectic. 3. Be flexible with your routine. Life isn't always predictable. and there will be times when your usual self-care routine isn't feasible. The key is to be flexible and find ways to adapt your routine rather than abandoning it entirely. If you can't stick to your full routine, find smaller, simpler ways to take care of yourself. Actionable tip: have a backup version of your self-care routine for busy days. For example, if you usually take a 30-minute walk but don't have the time, swap it for a 10-minute stretch session. If you usually journal for 10 minutes, try writing down just one thought or reflection. The goal is to stay consistent, even if the routine is scaled back. 4. Create habits, not just occasional acts. Self-care is most effective when it becomes a habit, a regular, automatic part of your day. The more you practice self-care, the more natural it becomes and the less effort it requires. This allows you to maintain your well-being even when life gets busy, because self-care is already ingrained in your routine. Use habit stacking to make self-care a regular part of your day. Habit stacking involves adding a new habit to an existing routine. For example, you could add 5 minutes of mindfulness right after brushing your teeth or drink a glass of water each time you sit down at your desk. This helps reinforce the habit and makes it easier to stick with. Managing self-care during busy times. We all experience periods of high stress, tight deadlines, or personal challenges that make it hard to focus on self-care. During these times, it's important to give yourself permission to simplify your routine and prioritize rest and recovery. Self-care isn't about perfection, it's about doing what you can when you can. One of the most important shifts you can make is to let go of the idea that self-care has to be elaborate or time-consuming. Even during your busiest times, small, simple acts of self-care can make a big difference. Whether it's taking a deep breath between meetings or spending 2 minutes stretching, every bit of self-care counts. Creating a personalized self-care system. Your self-care system should be tailored to your individual needs, preferences, and lifestyle. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to self-care. What works for someone else may not work for you. The key is to find practices that nourish you and that you can realistically maintain. Here's how to create a self-care system that's personalized and sustainable. 1. Reflect on your needs. Self-care is about meeting your unique needs, whether that's physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. Take some time to reflect on what areas of your life could benefit from more care and attention. Ask yourself, what do I need more of in my life right now? More rest? More movement? More time to recharge emotionally? Use your answer to guide your self-care choices. For example, if you're feeling emotionally drained, you might prioritize journaling or talking with a friend as part of your self-care system. 2. Make it sustainable. The best self-care systems are the ones you can stick with for the long term. It's better to have a simple, sustainable routine that you follow consistently than an elaborate routine that you only practice occasionally. Actionable tip. When designing your self-care system, ask yourself, is this something I can realistically maintain? If not, simplify it. Focus on creating routines that fit your lifestyle, not ones that require a drastic change in your schedule or habits. 3. Schedule time for self-care. Just like any other important commitment, self-care needs to be scheduled. By setting aside specific times for self-care, you're more likely to stick with it, even when life gets busy. Actionable tip. Block out time in your calendar for self-care activities. Whether it's a 10-minute morning routine or an hour on the weekend, having dedicated time for self-care ensures that it remains a priority in your life. Designing your long-term self-care system. Now that you have the tools to build a sustainable self-care system, it's time to put it into practice. The goal is to create a routine that's flexible, manageable, and tailored to your needs so you can maintain it over the long term. Actionable tip. 1. Start small. Choose one self-care activity to incorporate into your daily routine. It could be something simple like drinking more water, taking a short walk, or practicing mindfulness. 2. Identify your non-negotiables. Write down the top 2 to 3 self-care practices that are essential to your well-being. These are the activities you'll prioritize, no matter how busy life gets. 3. Create a backup routine. Design a simplified version of your self-care routine for busy days. This allows you to stay consistent, even when you have less time or energy. 4. Track your progress. After a week, reflect on how your self-care system is working. Are there any adjustments you need to make? Use this feedback to fine-tune your routine and make it even more sustainable. Sustaining self-care for life. Self-care is not a one-time act, it's a lifelong practice. As your life changes, your self-care needs will evolve as well. By creating a flexible, sustainable self-care system, you'll be better equipped to navigate life's ups and downs while maintaining your well-being. Remember, the key is consistency, not perfection. Even small acts of self-care, practiced regularly, can have a profound impact on your mental, emotional, and physical health. As you move forward, continue to assess and adjust your self-care system to fit your changing needs. By making self-care a priority, you'll build a strong foundation for long-term well-being, resilience, and success. Chapter 10. Thriving, not just surviving. You've come a long way on this journey toward reclaiming your mental and emotional well-being. You've learned the importance of refueling your energy and recharging your mind with practical self-care routines that fit into your busy life. But this isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new way of living, one where you're not just getting by but truly thriving. In today's world, it's easy to slip into survival mode, where the focus is on getting through the day rather than fully living it. When you're constantly juggling responsibilities, managing stress, and trying to meet deadlines, it's natural to feel like you're just surviving. But thriving is different. Thriving means you're not only handling life's challenges but also feeling energized, purposeful, and balanced while doing so. It's about living with intention, where you prioritize your well-being as a key element of success. This final chapter is about how to take everything you've learned and apply it to create a life where you thrive, not just survive. The difference between surviving and thriving. Survival mode is reactive. It's when you're simply trying to keep up with the demands of life, often at the expense of your well-being. Thriving, on the other hand, is proactive. It's when you consciously create systems, habits, and boundaries that allow you to flourish, even in the face of challenges. Research in positive psychology shows that individuals who prioritize well-being and engage in regular self-care practices experience greater life satisfaction, resilience, and overall happiness. Thriving isn't about eliminating stress or challenges, it's about having the tools and mindset to handle them without sacrificing your mental or emotional health. How to thrive, key principles. To move from surviving to thriving, you need to build on the foundations of self-care, mindfulness, and intentional living. Here are the key principles that will help you thrive, even when life gets busy. 1. Prioritize self-care as a non-negotiable. Self-care isn't something you do when you have time, it's something you make time for. When self-care becomes a non-negotiable part of your routine, it provides the energy, mental clarity, and emotional resilience needed to handle life's demands without burning out. Actionable tip. Identify your top 3 self-care practices, whether that's sleep, exercise, mindfulness, or something else, and commit to making them a regular part of your life. Set boundaries around these practices and protect them as essential to your well-being. 2. Cultivate a growth mindset. Thriving is about embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than obstacles. A growth mindset helps you stay adaptable, open to learning, and resilient in the face of setbacks. It's the belief that you can develop your abilities and grow stronger through effort and persistence. Actionable tip. The next time you face a challenge, instead of viewing it as a roadblock, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow through this experience? This simple shift in perspective can help you stay focused on thriving, even in difficult times. 3. Create systems for success. Thriving requires more than good intentions. It requires systems that support your well-being. Whether it's a morning routine that sets you up for a productive day or boundaries that protect your mental energy, systems help you maintain balance and prevent overwhelm. Review your current routines and identify areas where you can create systems to support your self-care. This could include scheduling time for breaks during the day, setting limits on screen time, or creating a consistent evening wind-down routine. 4. Maintain balance with flexibility. Thriving doesn't mean being rigid with your routines. It means knowing when to adjust and adapt based on your needs. There will be times when life throws you off course, but having flexible routines allows you to maintain balance without feeling like you failed. Build flexibility into your self-care routines by having a plan B for days when your schedule changes. For example, if you can't do your full workout, do a quick 10-minute stretch instead. If you don't have time to meditate in the morning, find a quiet moment in the afternoon. Flexibility ensures that you stay consistent without adding pressure. At this point, you've learned the principles and strategies to create a life that feels more balanced, focused, and fulfilling. But knowledge alone isn't enough. Action is what makes the difference. The key to thriving is in the daily practice of the habits and systems you've built, even when life feels busy or overwhelming. Thriving is not a destination, it's an ongoing process. It's about showing up for yourself every day, even in small ways, and making the commitment to prioritize your well-being. It's not about perfection, but progress. Each day is an opportunity to refine your routines, check in with yourself, and make adjustments as needed. Now that you've made it this far, it's time to create a concrete plan for moving forward. This plan will help you integrate the lessons you've learned and build a sustainable system for thriving in your day-to-day life. Actionable tip. 1. Review your self-care system. Take a moment to review the self-care routines, systems, and habits you've developed throughout this book. Are there any areas that need adjustment? Any practices that you want to add or refine? 2. Set long-term goals. Think about what thriving means to you. Is it more balance? More energy? Greater focus? Set 2 to 3 long-term goals that reflect how you want to thrive in the coming months. 3. Create a weekly check-in. To stay on track, schedule a weekly check-in with yourself. Use this time to assess how you're doing with your self-care, reflect on what's working, and make any necessary adjustments. This check-in helps ensure that self-care remains a priority, even as your life evolves. As you move forward, remember that thriving doesn't happen overnight. It's a lifelong practice. There will be days when things don't go as planned, and that's okay. What matters is that you continue to prioritize your well-being and make intentional choices that support your mental, emotional, and physical health. Thriving is about more than just checking items off a to-do list. It's about living in a way that aligns with your values, fosters balance, and brings joy and fulfillment. By applying the self-care strategies you've learned, you'll not only survive the demands of a busy life, you'll thrive. So here's to you, to taking action, to showing up for yourself, and to creating a life that feels meaningful, balanced, and full of energy. Remember, you have the tools and knowledge to thrive, no matter how busy life gets. Keep moving forward, and don't forget to refuel and recharge along the way. Final words. As you close this book, I hope you feel empowered to take the next steps in your journey toward a balanced, thriving life. Remember, self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's what fuels you to face the challenges of a busy world while maintaining your mental clarity, emotional resilience, and physical well-being. There will be days when things don't go as planned, and that's okay. What matters is that you continue to show up for yourself, making small but meaningful choices that prioritize your well-being. Progress is more important than perfection. You have the tools, the strategies, and the mindset to create a life where you're not just surviving, but truly thriving. So, take a deep breath, stay consistent, and remember to refuel and recharge along the way. You've got this. Take care and be well.